Hey guys, Bethany Wilson here with Rough Beginnings Rehab. I have strung several clips together of working through Ryder's phobia of boxes. But here's the thing, he doesn't just have a phobia of boxes. Now, a dog having a fear of something, of course you want to get them over that. Of course you want to work on that specific fear. But Ryder's not just fearful of boxes. The other day I was carrying around a shovel, some potting soil, stuff like that. He's scared of the long line, like a long leash. I mean, he's scared of everything, especially something big and massive that you might, carry around. Boxes just happen to be high on the list, and because we recently moved, we have a lot of them still laying out. So that's what we're using. But it's not about the fear itself. It's really about developing a relationship with your dog where you can help them still move through those fears and listen to you. So if you tell a dog to stay and something scary happens, they stay. If you ask a dog to come to you and something scary happens or something scary gets in the way, they still come to you. That's so important. Like we've got a dog right now that has anxiety towards other dogs. She's very reactive, but at the core, I think we'll see some pretty strong nervousness. It's going to be important to teach her that she can come to me even if there's a dog right there. Even if there's a dog kind of in between the two of us, I still need her to come to me and listen to me. So it's about teaching the basics, and then about layering a level of accountability, and then building that relationship with your dog where it doesn't matter whether you want to or not, you have to come to me or you have to stay. You have to listen to me. And then through that, whenever you find this relationship that balances on trust and respect, and you find that balance, you're going to be able to help your dog cope with those things. And naturally, over time, with you working on them, of course, they will overcome them. It's like just natural counter conditioning. But with that being said, we are working on the fear stuff. We're using the boxes as a way for me to develop a relationship with Ryder, to be able to help him understand that if I tell him to stay, he can stay. If I ask him to come, he can move past a box. He can do that. So a lot of it is just relationship stuff. But bottom line, you cannot do these exercises if, just slipped on the floor, if you do not have a really strong place command. Now in the video we use a downstay as well. Place is actually better because place gives the dog like these borders that it helps them understand that they stay in those borders and they'll be safe in those borders, and it helps them compartmentalize better. So we do it on place command, and then we also use it for downstays. But you have to, and same with the recall, the come command, you have to have built up a level of not just, oh, place down, this is fun, but a level of accountability where no, you don't get up without permission. So if you don't have that, then same with the come command. If you don't come to me when I call, there's a level of accountability. I have to hold you accountable. No, get over here. There has to be, however you choose to use corrections in your life with your dog, you have to have that, or you will never be able to work on fear issues. You won't. You'll just, I mean, don't get me wrong. I've met a lot of people that have worked for years with their dog with food redirection and solely building up confidence around fear stuff for years, and made a little progress to quite a bit of progress. And then I get a hold of them for a couple of weeks and they're totally different. Now, I'm not trying to toot my own horn. That's not what this is about. I didn't come up with the type of training that I do. I've learned from other trainers, but I'm just saying you have to have that level of accountability with your dog, or you can't do it. You just can't. All right, so on to the clips. Now here's the thing, when you start to work on something that your dog is scared of, it can be very difficult for them to cope with it. So it's like basically this has become routine. So there was one morning where he came in here, laid next to Dusty,
and there were no boxes around him. It's like you can't just make one situation represent fear because then Ryder would never come in this room again, or it would just be really difficult to get him to do so. That's just a little side note. But let me just go over how, because your dog is going to get up in the beginning, and how, you can reset that depending on what type of training you're doing, either with a leash or an e-collar. Down. Good boy. So I've got him kind of far apart. So I'm going to do something that I know will make him get up. Good boy. Yeah, good boy. Yeah. He's like, where's the food? I'll take food. So this is tough right here. No? Down? Good. Good boy. And I just don't have food on me, but I'd give him a piece of food. Good boy, buddy. Yeah. So now I'm going to move it away from him. I don't want him to think that it's always going to go towards him. Good boy. Good boy. Down. Settle in. There you go. Now, all that I'm cueing with this. If I was going to do it with a leash, and the reason I have so many boxes is because, as you can see, this room is still a wreck. Probably will be for a while. Good job, buddy. Break. Hang on. Nice and easy. Sit. It's another thing too, when you leave the situation of something nervous, you want to make sure you really take your time. You can't let your dog rush out. Down. Lay down, bud. Good boy. No, sit. Down. Good boy. Good boy. Just holding it up high. Figured he'd get up. No. Sit. Down. Good. So really, really gentle guidance. You don't do big corrections when it comes to this. So if he was to completely get up, let me go behind him because he'll find an escape route. That's pretty darn good. Pretty darn good. Good boy. I figured he'd get up. Well, I don't want to do any more than this. If he's successful at something this difficult, I certainly don't want to ruin that. So I'll just move that away. What is that? Oh, it's just a piece of fuzz. See something red on the carpet. I'm like, oh my God. All right, so let me just show you then how to, if a dog completely gets up, break. Whoa, easy there, bud. Easy there, bud. If your dog completely gets up, you just want, let's go. No, let's go. Gentle guidance, back. Really gentle. If you've done your training, that's all you need. And sit, bud. Good. Down. Good. That's not a down. Sit. Good boy. Down. If you've done your training, that's all you need. And use food. Definitely use food. He doesn't have to have food. Sometimes we use it, sometimes we don't. That way it's not overly, overly stimulated, because sometimes he will get overly stimulated with food and get more jittery. But we definitely use, the really good stuff for this, like the chicken. But that's how you would facilitate that. Just really gentle. And if stuff like this is too much for them, when we first started, the boxes were here. And I was making noise. Watch out, Happy. I was making noise with the boxes way out here, not right up on top of him.
Now, you want to work the dog at a threshold level where they are not getting up or failing the exercise constantly. I'm just showing you what to do when that happens, because it will. But 99% of the time, you want the dog to be successful, yet continue to be challenging. Here they get to play in the same room where we work with the boxes every morning. That way it doesn't just represent one thing. Ryder, come. Place. Down. Very good. Look at you maneuvering. Good job. I'll do anything for chicken. Oh, yes. Down. Now I'm actually gonna make him zigzag where he has to really weave in order to avoid touching one of them. Dusty, no. What are you doing? Lay down. problem with boxes. Lay down. Ryder, come here, bud. Good boy. Place. Down. Good. That's not what I expected him to do, obviously, because his long line went the opposite way. That was fine. I'm going to get a few more boxes.
See how he does with the long line too, because I'm sure it'll get stuck on something. See how he does. Ryder, come. Come on, bud. Yes, good boy. Come on. Good job. Way to go. Good boy, down. That was excellent. Down. Oh, there you go. You excited about your food? Easy. It's been getting a little too excited. Here's the thing. When you deal with nervous issues and you start to introduce food and the dogs are nervous, they can get more nippy than what you're used to. So just be aware of that. You might need to really flat hand stuff. Don't feed stuff like this down, or you'll lose a finger. Because I can just tell you, he usually takes food pretty gently, unless he's really excited because we're doing a fast-paced exercise, or he's nervous. He'll get really nippy. I'll get some teeth in there on accident. Excuse me. I don't. Good place. Happy come place. Down. She's like, I may be old, but I still know my stuff. All right. Ryder, come. Good job. Come. Very good. Place. I did not have to use the e-collar on that one. Down. Well, I did right now. Brat. Sniffing my hand for food rather than laying down. So here's the thing on that last one. When I encouraged him to come, I was very low on the e-collar. I was just at a Q. And I just did, I think I was at a 3 or 4, and I was just doing a couple of quick taps to try to get him to overcome, those moments. I'm going to mix it up. And that's really important. Whenever you just do the same kind of patterning over and over again, it's not going to help the dog. I mean, don't get me wrong, it will help the dog. They'll start to improve. But then if anything changes, they flip again. They flip out again. Let's see how this goes. Don't think I need the long line. If I did, guys, so we first started doing this stuff, I would be here, and I would pick up the long line, and I would call him to me, and I would guide him with food. I would guide him around it. But I didn't have to do that. Happy? Seriously? I didn't have to do that very long. He really, the training combined with the food. Happy place? Down. Go girl. The training combined with the food did that, did it for me to where I just had to show him what I wanted. No, I just had to show him what I wanted, and then it was easy. Ryder, come. Oh, that's not going to be good for the long line. See how he does. Down. Down. Good boy. So notice how that noise scared him along with the pressure. That's why I left the long line on him. I was like, well, let's make this interesting. But you saw the skittishness, the nervousness. I don't draw any attention to it. I don't say, oh, it's okay. I don't do anything of the sort. Ryder, come. Nope, you can't go that way. Good boy. Good job. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Yes. All right. Down. Are you excited? You did it. Down. See that excitement when he came back to me? I mean, some jitteriness too. There's definitely some nervousness in that, but that's what I like to see. Happy place. Get off the thing. There we go. Good boy. Good job, buddy. Good job. You did good too, just for being cute. All right, guys, so that is one of the ways that we work through this stuff. Let's do that one more time, because I think he almost, or I think he did touch one of these, and that was great. Because I would love that, I would love it if he just brushes it, and realizes the box doesn't eat him. It moves, it makes noise, but it doesn't attack him. Ryder, come. Come on, bud. Good boy. long line. Come on, bud. Ryder, you can do it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I'm pointing to the bed. Ryder, come. Yes! Sit down. Now, he doesn't need that long line anymore, but he's also scared of the long line. So I just get, you know, double. Get back. Double for my money here. All right. And finally, one of the last things we've been doing is... And yes, I dropped that on purpose. It's a little version. But you see, I didn't do anything. You see him jump back? So it just kind of goes to show you the nervousness. I'm going to let him. Oh, yeah, it's yummy. It's yummy. It's in there. You can do it, bud. You can't do it? Yes! Good job! That was so good! I know! That's exciting! That was so exciting! Yeah, good job! No, sit down. Look at him looking at her. Get in there. That's good to see. He's got a bit of a competitive streak with food. So I don't want them taking food next to each other, but this is good. Him to see her digging all around in there. So something I was doing before, that's not the first time we've done this. Something I was doing before is having, because he wouldn't even stick his nose in there, for like a full day of us doing this, is I was sticking food on the outside. And I was using lunch meat instead of chicken because it sticks better. And I was just letting it sit there with like lunch meat all around the outside of it till he felt brave enough to be able to do that. You place. Lay down. That's my firm tone. Hopefully she knows I mean business. I'm going to let him see me drop it in here. Right? I'm just going to let him try to work it out for himself. If he needs encouragement, I'll give it to him. Break. Break, buddy. Not you. Happy place. Good. Down. She wants it, buddy. She wants it. What's making him nervous is the leash is touching it. Good job. Yeah, you did good. Is there more in there? There's more. Good boy. Now this may seem like no big deal, but this is a big deal. Yes, it is. It's a big deal. Oh, yes. See, nothing happened. Nothing happened. It's just a yummy box filled with food. Oh, yes. See, now he's curious. You see that? Instead of being scared, me waving it around, there's some curiosity. There's, ooh, is there food in that box? See that, guys? See how the mind switches?